We live in an age of misinformation. There is so much information available these days that it can lead to information overload. The problem is that so much of this so-called information is rubbish. Any idiot can put the nuttiest conspiracy ideas out there, and there are always people ready to believe it, rather than the real science, or even just wait for the facts to be established. This was shown by a survey in Britain that gave the shocking result that only half the population were ready to accept a COVID-19 vaccine if one became available. Me, I'd be first in the queue. But what is interesting is the breakdown of these figures that shows exactly who is more likely to refuse a vaccination. Number one, people who are skeptical about science generally. Number two, people who think that COVID-19 is not really a serious disease. Three, people who think that they shouldn't wear a face mask. And four, people who get most of their information from social media. And five, people under the age of 30. In other words, young idiots. I read a piece by a nurse the other day describing what being on the ventilator involves. You're not just sitting there watching TV with a breathing tube in your nose. You are sedated, a tube pushed down your throat, feeding tubes inserted, a catheter into your bladder, and a bag taped to your bum to catch your poo. An artificial coma while your body fights the battle against the virus until you get better or you die. And the long-term effects on those who recover in terms of long-term disability are slowly becoming apparent. The problem is the staggering incompetence of government in the United States, the United Kingdom, and some other states, particularly in the early stages of this pandemic, and the resulting mixed messages that have led to massive loss of trust and belief in government, and by extension authority generally, including science. And because science could not immediately provide all the answers, there was pressure to present unproven ideas as though they were sound. The idea of allowing the infection to run its course to generate so-called herd immunity was a classic example. Because there is still so much that we don't know about this virus and its effects, too many reject even that knowledge that we do already have. It is a deadly disease. Infection rates are rising again in Britain, but hospital admissions are falling. I suggest that this is because the young idiots are out partying, drinking, and flocking to crowded places on hot days. On the whole, young people are less affected, in the short term anyway, by this virus, and fewer require hospital treatment. Older people are more cautious. We are still washing our hands, using the sanitizer, wearing masks, and social distancing. I recommend that to people of all ages. Good luck.